Okay, so a very good afternoon, fellow friends of the real estate industry. Maybe I met you before, maybe I've not, so I'm not sure. But I think today I really want to thank all of you, for your time, to take this time to actually upgrade yourself. Okay, so I think without further ado, today it's an important topic because why? I think a lot of times we want to build something that is, to increase our sales. I want to build what we call high conversion digital sales funnel. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy your lunch and also the National Day, a long weekend. Okay, so I think before I start, I just want to have some, set some expectations right first. I think we're going to make this a sharing session a little bit more casual, a little bit more candid. Of course, I may not be able to see you, but I really hope you guys can engage with me a little bit. Okay, so I think end of the lesson, there's also what we call the Q&A. So of course, along the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to put it into the Q&A. And of course, please also have a notepad and a pen, right? Because I always believe, if I have to learn something, I have to write it down. So maybe pen down your questions or what you have learned. And at the end of the lesson, I'll try to take as many questions as possible. Okay, so before I want to start, I want to know, are you all ready first? Okay, let's have some, a bit of finger exercise right now. So are you all ready? If you're ready, can you just raise your hand? There's a raise hand button there. You just click the raise hand. Then I think we're all ready to go, right? Thank you so much for your interaction. Yes, I can see all the hands being raised. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think without further ado, I'm going to proceed to actually share with you guys, what do I mean by master the 5 principles of a high conversion digital realtor sales funnel. Okay, so before I start, there's just a little bit of my self-intro. My name is Alex Lim. Basically, I'm in this industry for the past 14 years already. Okay, so I've been in this market for 14 years, dealing with a lot of digital, right? My business, basically my results, basically predicated a lot on digital marketing itself. Okay, I started off with no networks, and I think I really want to, give a lot of gratitude to, this what we call online digital space. Okay, I'm also the co-founder of Preeminent Group. Today we manage a group of agents, more than 2,000 over agents. Okay, I'm also one of the trainers for marketing, digital marketing in ERA itself. So I think my mission very simple. And why are we doing this? Because my mission is to empower and to transform as many lives as I can. Okay, all these sessions, you may or may not have met me before, but I think at the end of the day, if one thing can bring your business to the next level, I think you don't even need to thank me. I just want to feel that if you have brought your business to the next level, I'll be really, really happy for you, because knowledge, it's always to be shared, and it is what I believe in. So I think today, what led the digital transformation right now? Now, was it your chief technical officer, or was it your CEO? No, right? I think today we're living in an environment of a lot of uncertainty, and also because of COVID itself. So I think COVID basically led our digital transformation. Who agree with me? Just have a show of hands. Who agree with me? Digital, has actually been led by COVID, right? So COVID itself actually gave us a lot of what we call, maybe to you maybe a challenge, right? To some maybe a challenge, to some may also be an opportunity. So COVID itself, actually what I felt is that it actually gave us a 5-year kind of head starts towards digital. I think we can actually live without it, right? We can always do our business day to day, but COVID actually speed up change. 5 years all compressed within 3 months. All of you, maybe today what we are doing here is Zoom, right? In the past, maybe we don't do so much of this, in the context of Singapore. So it always pose a challenge to some, and also we also pose opportunity to some of you guys. So what I'm trying to say is this: times has actually changed. Today, this COVID situation, I think, is very different from the financial crisis and things like that. During a financial crisis, we can just sit back and wait out, and then maybe things will go back to normal again. But I think this time around with this digital transformation, I think things will never go back to the same, right? So it's like in the past, we're always watching TVs together, sitting down, in the 50s. But today, where are all our, what we call platforms? Where are all our devices? It's all in our handphone, our mobile phones. We probably don't even have a television at home, right? So things will not go back to the same again. So even by sitting out, waiting it out, I think we may not be able to go back to what we used to. And that's why it's important for us to first realize we need to be equipped and on trend, right? Trend. Sometimes it's about trend, and when there's a transformation, we really need to embrace change. And that's why, we're going to set you off in the right direction. a new direction, what I call, really a new direction in our business. I've been doing this line for so many years, 14 years, but I think this time round, it's really a big change, although I may have some skills here and there, but I didn't expect it to be that fast, and I believe no one expected it to be so fast. So we really need a new direction. So what kind of direction am I talking about? So there's going to be a very big shift, in real estate. Okay, we need to shift our business model from what I call offline to online. Okay, and this shift is very, very important. Okay, I'm not a kind of person that says, oh, traditional versus new. No, okay, I'm not that kind of person. We are all business people. We will do whatever is useful in our business, whatever works, and then we'll double down, right now. We'll do whatever works. But I think today, you can see a lot of businesses that wasn't able to transit. They actually lose out a lot of opportunities. I haven't seen fine dining able to transit from from this offline to online. Can you imagine fine dining? They are doing Zoom in front of the customers. They actually deliver this, all their food in front of them, and then the chef do a Zoom, in front of them, and then open up. So these are experiences that are happening. So this shift from offline to online is not easy. So maybe I just want to ask some questions. Okay, first question, can actually prospecting be done online? If you think can, just raise your hand. Can prospecting be done online? Okay, so yes, I see many hands raised. Good, Roy, Debbie, Marcus, Selena, so a lot of you. Okay, so yes, prospecting can be done online. Now, what about marketing? You guys know marketing confirmed can be done online right now. You have all your portals and things like that. So prospecting, marketing can be done online. Now, what about your one-to-one presentation or what we call consultation? Can it be done online as well? Can, right? So Zoom has enabled us to do so. Maybe even your live, Facebook, whatever. So there are platforms there for you to actually do that. Now, the ultimate question, are you able to close online? Right? So are you able to close online? Who says yes? Can I have a show of hands? Because if you think yes, then you see possibilities. Okay, you see possibilities, then of course you will go and do it. Because if you don't see possibilities, you will not go and embrace it, right? So from all the way from your prospecting, marketing to presentations to closing, it can actually shift online. Okay, so in order to do this, we need to build what I call a real estate digital sales funnel. Okay, it's called a real estate digital sales funnel. So what is actually a digital sales funnel? Okay, because pardon me, there are different groups of agents. Those that are really good at it, okay, they are here to learn more ideas. There are also those that probably don't understand what's the meaning of a sales funnel. So a sales funnel probably looks something like this. Okay, this basically, don't quote me, because why? All this is what we have done, what has been successful for me and my team, right? Maybe you have your own sales funnel. But the thing is this, everyone has a digital sales funnel. My objective here today is to share with you important principles so that you will, when you do your, what we call your digital marketing, you won't be all over the place. So at the end of this, sharing session, you will kind of understand the bigger framework behind digital marketing. And then maybe, you will improve in your business, okay? So a sales funnel will include what we call platforms, platforms like social media, you have your messaging app, YouTube, or even your search engine. So there will be platforms where you actually get your customers. And with these platforms, different platforms perform differently, right? You create content. Based on the platform, you actually create content. Content usually are these three elements, what I call text, image, and videos, usually in this form. Of course, moving forward, there will be voice. I believe you've seen AR, VRs before, but I think we're not going too much in depth into that. I think we first have to master the foundation of digital marketing first, okay? Which is your text, imagery, and your videos. After that, with all this, you also have to have your lead conversions. You have to go to your websites, your landing pages, your webinars, something like this. So there are a lot of what we call conversion spaces that you need to bring them to. And last but not least, your conversions right now, what we call your CRM. What CRM? Customer Relationship Management. Some of you put it in the Excel. In the past, it's always Excel. Some of you have more sophisticated systems like, MailChimp and stuff like that. So these are what we call lead, nurturing places like CRM. From there, you have your automation. So this is just a framework of what a digital sales funnel looks like. Okay, no problem. You want to take screenshot, no problem. You want to write down notes, also no problem. Okay, because at the end of the day, I believe it's really for you to learn and to upskill yourself. Okay, so what is a digital sales funnel? Okay, as I mentioned, it's like a business model which brings your business from offline to online. So my whole objective today is to really give you the principles to make this happen for you from offline to online. And it's also a process for clients to experience from a cold lead, right? You have a lot of cold leads, and then to become a client. So it's a process. What is it called? A process. It's not just, oh, I want to close deal, then tomorrow you close deal. No, there's a process to it. Okay, so I just want to make it fun a little bit. So there are mainly 5 principles, but I just want to use like fishing as a analogy so that a lot of us can actually understand. Okay, so first principle we need to understand is this. Where are your fish points? So today, you want to do fishing right now. You want to go out there, get the client, get the lead. So first and foremost, we must understand where are your fish points. You want to go out and fish. So you need to identify, what I call digital platforms. Okay, where are your platforms? Okay, platforms are for you. It's a location, a place where you go fishing, right? You want to fish at places with a lot of fishes or no fishes, right? You want to go to places with a lot of fishes, am I right? So you want to select platforms, that are, applicable in today's market. So I want to ask you a question. Do you agree with me? 84% of you are actually using your mobile phone while you're dining. If you are one of them, please raise your hand. If you use your mobile phone while you're dining, so what will your grandparents or your parents tell you? I say, boy, girl, don't use your phone while you're eating. Right now, you have to talk to who? Talk to us. But at the end of the day, who are you talking to? Your friend. You are still communicating. It's just that, not in the old-fashioned way. You're still communicating. Okay, next one. 71% of drivers are using their mobile phones when driving. Who agrees? Raise your hand. Sure have one. But okay, you're scared I screenshot. No, So I'm one of them. Okay, a lot of times, sometimes we can't do that. Please don't do that. Okay, it's very dangerous, and of course, it's against the law. But the thing is this: it's so important, for you to scroll. I don't know what you're scrolling on mobile phone, even when you're driving. Is there something more important than your life? So a lot of times we are subconsciously doing things. So a lot of times, I'm going to share with you why am I talking about all this. And lastly, what is the first thing you do when you wake up? What's the first thing you do? No, not use handphone. You need to open your eyes first, right? You need to open your eyes, then you'll be able to use your phone. Okay, so yes, for the first 15 minutes, when you wake up or when you sleep, you will use your phone. So these are places, why am I talking about this? Ladies and gentlemen, just take a look at this. Okay, this is a chart. If you cannot see, if you're using a mobile phone, you can actually zoom. If you are not, maybe you'll be able to see on your desktop. This will show you over the past 10 years, this is how the mobile phone share has exploded. Okay, in the past, when I was doing real estate, it's all about desktop, there wasn't even really mobile phone, maybe your Nokia, right now. So it was that era which we started. We started with classified. There wasn't even any listing portals. We're doing a lot of Google AdWords, what we call pay-per-click. So that is where I actually started. But along the way, you can see the rise of mobile. Okay, in 2016. Okay, this is an important date. Later I'm going to explain to you why. That actually mobile actually surpassed desktop. Right? So today, a lot of searches are already being done on a mobile phone. And that's why you can see one iPhone today is worth more than even a desktop right now. You can get a desktop easily at $700-800, but a phone probably will cost you near $2,000 if you don't sign a plan. So you can see, what kind of mobile, and what we call lifestyle has people changed over the past few years. And this is what I call the rise of the mobile. Okay, it's important for you to note because why? If you're not doing marketing on mobile, then you will be losing out in a very, very big way. Okay, people are risking it, just driving, even eating, they also want to use mobile. Sleep, wake up, also mobile. So the whole entire lifespan, if you look at my phone, I think out of the whole day, probably 10 hours on my mobile phone, right? From emails to social media to even the Zoom sessions. So that's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, friends, fellow colleagues, teammates, mobile phone is your new letterbox. Okay, you have to look at it in this way already. Okay, whatever you have been doing offline, if it works for you, keep it, so be it. But if you want to really break through to the next level, you have to focus also on your mobile phone. Okay, for there are some that say, hey Alex, I've been making good money, I've been making, I don't know, X dollars, without all this. Good. But I think if you are skilled in here, I believe you'll make a little bit more, right? So mobile phone will become your new letterbox. So with all this mobile phone happening, there are a lot of digital platforms that you can actually do your marketing. For example, okay, guys, if you have a pen and paper, that'll be great, because along the way, I might just give and just have some tips for you so that you can just pick it up. Okay. Example, today a lot of us on Google. Is Google expensive? Who agrees with me Google expensive? Just raise your hand. Okay, Google, right? We have Google pay-per-click. We also have Yahoo. Who is the Yahoo era? Also Yahoo era. And also Bing. Who is Atala Vista? That one, another level already. Okay, so these are what we call search engine. But guys, just let you know, although Google is expensive, okay, there are pockets of opportunity in Yahoo and Bing. Okay, so don't downplay these two search engines. Although there's not a lot of people there, but the cost there is very cheap. And if you get a client there, our clients are still using Yahoo and Bing. Okay, I kid you not, they are still there. Okay, so these are some little tips that you can explore while you're doing your social media marketing. And of course, we have our digital media, which everyone is familiar, your social media, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Well, TikTok new level, I'm not there yet. So whoever is practicing on TikTok, well done. Okay, it's another new platform right now. How long can it last? How big can it go? No one is for sure. No one is sure, but I think for those who are on it, you will reap the benefits. Okay, of course, you have your messaging apps, your WeChat, your WhatsApp, and last but not least, we have listing portals. Right, you have your all the famous portals, right? Your Public Guru, your 99Co, Edge. So these are where we place our listings, and also places like Marketplace and Carousel. Well, Carousel is somewhere. I'm not sure who uses Carousel here. You're using Carousel. If it works, can you just raise your hand? Because I do see some actually quite a fair bit of response from Carousel, from especially from even for your HDBs and even rental, expatriates. I think there are probably so much on Carousel. You might want to explore a little bit on Carousel. Okay, so there's a lot of digital what we call platforms. Then you will be all like, wow, Alex, so much. How am I gonna remember? How am I gonna know what is the best for me? Okay, so I'm gonna give you some good news down here. Okay, the good news is this: digital is consolidating. Okay, I say again, digital is consolidating. What does that mean? Okay, what does it mean by digital is consolidating? Okay, there's so many things in the market. Okay, it means a new opportunity. Okay, the playing field has just been leveled. Meaning what? You don't have to do so many things. Really, these are the top leading digital platforms which are most active in Singapore. Okay, you can take a look at it. Where are people spending their time? Okay, this is where you need to be. Period. Right? It's as simple as that. Wherever the fishes are, please go in and do your fishing. Of course, there'll be another kind of agent that say, hey, Alex, I like to go to places very secluded, nobody go there and fish. Maybe there's one fish I want. Up to you, right? But I think for the majority of us, we want to fish where the fishes are. So number one platform, we can take a look. Which platform is it? It is YouTube, right? So if can actually master YouTube, I think you basically get a lot of attention, right? A lot of awareness as well. And of course, you have your WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is mainly for you to catch up, to reconnect with your customers. And then you have your Facebook and Instagram. So, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you how many platforms do you need to master, in terms of getting all your leads? Basically, the top 3 to 4 applications. That's all. Okay, of course, we have your, what we call our, dark horse right now. You never know. You have this is Singapore, so WeChat is like in China, right? But for Chinese customers, you're using WeChat. But you have your Twitter, LinkedIn. LinkedIn are also places where you can find high profile people, but we are not that active there. But for some agents, if you want to get customers there, also okay. But I think all in all, we want to focus on maybe the top 3 to top 4 platforms. Okay, why do I say this? Because if you master these platforms, you master your business. Okay, if you master these platforms, the top few platforms, you master your business. We agents are, I think, a little bit privileged. We don't have to learn everything, right? No, we don't have to learn everything. We only need to learn where the features are. So the number one principle is you must first understand where are we going to fish. Okay, so that's the number one principle. Number two, we say, okay, now I know where to fish. No, thanks for telling me that. Now I need to what? Get the fishing rod right now. I need to know these three things, okay, how and what are the principles behind it. So I'm not going to go in depth, but I'm going to give you a summary. For YouTube, it's a place whereby you do video content. Okay, it's a place where you do a lot of education or entertainment. You need to educate the market, or you educate the client, or you do a lot of entertainment, right? So these are places where you want to use YouTube. It's for long attention span. People down there are willing to spend hours and hours on it. You can see the graph just now, hours and hours. It's where you actually build your branding. So for those who want to build what we call GTA branding, you want to brand yourself as a real estate salesperson, or you have a specific segment or GTA, YouTube is a perfect place for you to go. Okay, and also we focus a lot on pre-roll ads. Later I'm going to explain a little bit about pre-roll ads. Okay, so 3 to 6 minutes of video, 60 minutes, even 2 hours of video, no problem. The longer, the better. So this is how some of the principles behind YouTube. Okay, Facebook is like a hybrid. So in Mandarin, if you pardon me, so it's like YouTube to me is the 放长线钓大鱼. Okay, so YouTube is this long haul branding game, whereby Facebook, it's a bit of in between. Okay, it's a hybrid. It has pictures, videos, text, highly versatile. Okay, a lot of storytelling. So people like to read stories. They like to put a lot of emotions into Facebook. Okay, the good, bad, ugly, your struggles, your zero to hero stories, all will be on Facebook. That's how you actually reach out to clients. Okay, your client story, things like that. Attention span moderate. Okay, they don't want to spend like hours on it. They just read through and that's about it. So usually what you do there is probably 1 to 3 minutes of videos, not too long. And of course, it's able to do what we call paid advertisements on pages. Then, what is Instagram? I hope you guys have Instagram accounts. By today, by now, if you're on this Zoom, if you don't have it, I'm not sure why. But Instagram, to me, is the short burst. It's like your spear when you fish right now. When you see a fish, you go on it. And then after that, if it's not there, it's not there. So for Instagram, okay, it's a little bit more of a short burst of fire. For YouTube, it's long haul branding. Okay, so for Instagram, what's important is usually what we call photocentric. A lot of very nice images. You like to do your 美图秀秀 everything. Everything there. Photoshop editing. Very nice photos. I think you attract a lot of attention and awareness on what your branding is about on Instagram. And the attention span is very, very short. A few seconds, that's all. Okay. You also have Insta stories, but only for 15 seconds. After that, gone already. So you see, you can build good branding on Instagram, but the thing is that if there's a new customer that comes on board, they have no idea who you are because it's just for that 15 seconds. Okay, you have to do it every day. But for YouTube, they will start to understand you. Even 3 years down the road, they'll still get to experience you. So I think it's a very different ball game. Yeah. So for Instagram, people like what we call the authenticity. They like the BTS. What's BTS? Not the Korean boy band or girl band. BTS, not the boy band, is behind the scenes. They want to see you in action. They want to see you, trip and fall when you are viewing. No, I'm just kidding. They want to see you behind the scenes. Okay, so these are how some of the basic principles behind these platforms. Okay, so maybe I'll just dive a little bit into YouTube. So I hope you guys are still with me. Yeah? Okay, good. So YouTube itself, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube. Okay, you guys will be doing like project videos, I'm not sure, listing videos. You do a lot of these videos, but what is the key? Okay, the key to YouTube. Okay, whoever's interested, can you just raise your hand, so I can go to the next slide. I'm going to give you a tip. Okay, what is important, okay, for YouTube itself? YouTube, okay, is not just about the listing, ladies and gentlemen. For YouTube, the marketing objective is not about your product or your project. It's about who? It's about you. So don't neglect that. Okay, so I see a lot of agents trying, okay, to do a lot of listing videos or putting up on their YouTube. I mean, I can commend for the effort, but you must understand what is the real objective behind. It is to brand you. Okay, it's not just to brand the product or project, because that's the objective. Okay, so you as yourself, you are very important. Okay, then I see a lot of times, wow, I have a YouTube account, I have 10 videos. Why am I not getting clients? Because a lot of agents are treating YouTube as a library. Okay, yes, partially is good, but I think if you want to get business, it should not be just for a library. Okay, you should probably invest in what we call in-stream video ads. Okay, I believe you guys have been seeing, sometimes you all watch fitness video, or you all watch some videos, suddenly got this or advertisement come out. Then after that, for the next 3-5 seconds, you cannot click. Then you must skip the advertisement. True or not? So this is what we call in-stream video ads. So if you wanna succeed well in YouTube, no point doing all those videos and putting on YouTube, because it will not reach the customer you want. You probably have to invest, test a little bit on what we call, YouTube in-stream advertisements. Okay, so I don't want to go in depth, but if you want a screenshot, it's something like this. In summary, you have to load your video, then you have to go to Google AdWords and create the videos for the in-stream ad. Okay, so I already done the screenshot for you. So all you do is to upload the video on YouTube, go back to your Google Ads, create a brand awareness video. It will be on the what we call YouTube in-stream advertisements. Okay, and just to give you a little bit more to that, please click the skippable in-stream. So your first 3 seconds are very important. The rest, I could say try not to explore unless you have a bit more money. You have those example, non-skippable, 15 seconds, die, they must see your video. Of course, you know how much it will cost you. So that will give you a much higher cost. Okay, so to be effective, I think a skippable in-stream, it's more than sufficient. Okay, and also this is like another tip for YouTube. For YouTube, you also can target people, can target those that are interested in real estate. But sometimes don't just target real estate. These people on YouTube, what are they watching? They're watching their Hong Kong, Korean, what else? Now COVID, this COVID period, what do they like to watch? Fitness videos, right now, what HIIT, high intensive, what training. So all these fitness, you can actually target them. So this is how in-stream videos are. Okay, so YouTube, is something for you to explore. I don't see many agents on it yet, but I think moving forward, definitely, we'll be able to see more. Because why? Most of you are on Facebook. Okay, so Facebook, a lot of you know, okay, it's already there for many, many years already. Since year 20, I think 2008, I was already on 2009 when Facebook came along. I thought it was like a dating app, right? But of course, along the way, it has evolved a lot already. Okay, so today we have more than 4 million users on Facebook. Okay, a lot of people are spending time there. Okay, as well, I mentioned your text, photos, and videos. But what is more important? Okay, the most important part about Facebook is that paid advertisements started only around the end of, the second quarter of 2016. Okay, 2016, meaning it's around 3.5 years, plus minus, right? 3.5 years age. So what I'm trying to say is this is still a very, very new opportunity for a lot of you guys, okay, if you were to make use of it. Why do I say that? Let me rewind. Google AdWords, okay, was in play probably 2003. Okay, Google AdWords. So now it's already like 17 years. And if you can ask your colleagues, out of 10, how many of them are really doing it? Okay, 17 years already. I still can say, and I dare say, we don't even have 5% of agents doing it, even if they know. So can you imagine Facebook paid advertisements? It only came on board like 3.5 years. Okay, moving forward, okay, do you think it will get cheaper or more expensive? Yeah, more expensive, true or not? Because things can only get more expensive. So today, it's really an opportunity for you guys to explore. It's for you to make mistakes. You must explore. You must take the chance, to embrace this, because things will only get more expensive. Okay, so for those who probably don't understand Facebook, just to give you a little bit of the framework, for Facebook, I split it up into 2 parts. Number one, we will be your profile, which is every day you are using the free of charge. You will go there and see what people are doing instead of posting. So you must post, not just see what people are posting. So Facebook profile is free to create, but the problem is there's no paid advertisements. You can only post and your circle of network will see. Okay, and you think that everybody sees it? No, probably only 15-20% of your friends will be able to see your post on profile. Okay, so this to tell you that not everybody sees it. So it's just a small fraction of it. And of course, the other part of Facebook is what we call Facebook pages. I believe a lot of you are being trained about Facebook pages. It's free to create. Okay, you can create your projects page. You can also create personal branding pages, or even what we call GTA, or what we call, you have asset progression, wealth creation. All these are under personal pages that it's free to create. Okay, the good thing about it is what? Paid ads are possible. Okay, it is unlimited reach, but there's one downside. Okay, organic reach is less than 5%. So don't worry unless you are like Jay Chow or Justin Bieber. Basically, when you post there, nobody will see it. They say, Alex, if nobody sees it, why am I posting on it? Okay, basically a page is for you to do paid advertisements. This is the whole objective of Facebook. Okay, if they let everybody see, then they can't make money, right? So this is why not to worry. Whatever you post there, actually maybe even less than 5% of people are seeing it. So unless you do the paid, then comes another question. So Alex, what kind of page should I create? I want to do real estate. Should I create a personal page, or should I create a project page? Right? There's always this struggle, debate. Different schools of thought. You have your Shaolin Si, you have your Yongchun. Every different school have their different school of thought. But I think what I'm going to share is only what I used, what has worked for me. If it works for you, by all means, continue to do so. So today, if I want to basically buy a car, right? For example, I want to buy a brand new BMW. Where would I want to buy it from? Okay, on the left, okay, it is Car Times. Okay, it is a company. Okay, there's a second-hand cars, first-hand cars, but they brand themselves as Car Times. And of course, on the right is BMW. So who will buy from the left? Can I have a show of hands? Car Times. You all know what's Car Times? They are selling cars. Who would buy directly from BMW? Can I have a raise of hands? Show of hands. Right, direct, right? So why is that so? So you have to go back into the psychology of the customer. Okay, why? Because of this word, trust. What you're building online is you're building trust. Okay, for different categories of agents, for those who are doing the resale market, probably you have to create your own personal branding page. But for those who are doing a lot of the pre-launching, then you want to create a project page. So to me, there's specific objectives, for a specific campaign. Okay, for those who are doing resale, I also want to give you some tips. I don't want to leave you with just about all new launches. No, we're going to give you a little bit about resale tips. Who wants some resale tips? Next page is going to be like some high conversion listing tips. Okay, so for those who are doing resale today, okay, what I can share with you is that do continue to post on Facebook, because it's a lot of awareness down there. Okay, of course, you guys know you have to do your listing information, and it's also always good, okay, to put. Of course, today you cannot have open houses, but you can actually tentatively put in date and time of where and when you want to hold your viewings. It's very important. And one more tip is that don't put the price, because this is very critical. If you put the price, they won't inquire. The whole objective is to get them to inquire, right? You want to know the price, you got to probably give me a contact number. Then I'll probably give you the price. So this is how you can go about doing your resale, and also ask them to PM or comment. Sometimes you see, hey, can you PM me the price? This actually create a lot of awareness for your listing. You can add in your property guru link, you can add in your personal website, no problem. And what is this EWOM? Can anyone tell me? Okay, EWOM, what does it stand for? Okay, it stands for electronic word of mouth. Word of mouth is very important, so we want electronic word of mouth. So it's good that you can add in below at the end of the whole listing page. You always ask people to like, tag, and share. Okay, because if you don't do that, trust me, the online people will not do it. Okay, whatever you want, you have to ask for it. So this is how the online works. Whatever you want, it to happen, you have to ask for it because no one will take the initiative. So because of this, listings can actually just go viral just because of one or two little tweaks to your advertisements. Okay, who thinks this is good? Okay, if you think it's good, come on, just give me a 5. I cannot see anyone, I only see myself only. Okay, so these are some tips that I can give you for what we call the resale. Now then, say, okay, I'm ready to go out to fish already. Okay, I'm ready to go out. Let's go fishing. We want to go out and fish now. You learn some of the platforms. Okay, I'm going to use these rods. We're going to go out. But what is the problem today? Okay, the problem today, okay, most realtors, they say, I want to make money, but what? I don't wish to invest. This is a very common problem. Even me myself, I also say, hey, I want to make money without using money. I mean, that's always the dream. That's always the dream plan. That's always the perfect plan. But we need to face reality. Okay, we need to face reality. The future of the digital economy, okay, I want to let you know is this word called pay to win economy. What's it called? It's called the pay to win economy. Guys, information, is readily available. You have it, I have it, everybody have the information. It's no longer IT. What is IT? Information technology. Gone. Over. Okay? Information is everywhere. The next economy, I want you guys to be prepared. It's already called a pay to win economy. So what do you mean by pay to win economy? It's like a game. So what do I mean by pay to win economy? Okay, so on the left, I believe you guys, when you're young, you play games before, right? Or not? So when you play a game, usually the game will be like it's free of charge, right? And then there's this button that says, if you want to win the game, or you want to buy the ultimate armor, like on the right, you buy $199.99, you get the max level, and then you will win all the bosses, and then you will complete the game. Will you buy this $199 now? Who will buy? Raise your hand. Right? It's a game, right? Now you play the game, and then they tell you if you buy this 199, you will 100% you will win all the bad guys, and then you win the game. Right? This is what we call pay to win economy. But a lot of times we don't do it. Why? Because guys, let me be very real with you. Okay, I also come from a background whereby I have no money. Okay, I'm a single. My mom is a single parent. I'm the only son. I grew up in a 3-room HDB. Okay, I also don't have money, right? But the thing is this: I start to understand how the business world works at a very early stage. So when we have this pay to win economy, if today you were to buy, okay, what will your friends, if you're playing with 5 friends and you pay this 199, what will the other 4 friends say about you? What will they say? They'll say you are what? You play what? Play cheat, right now. You play cheat. I don't want to play with you, right now. You will go into this very subconscious thing. Really, this is all our peers. This is what is happening in the real world. Okay, and because of that, we don't want to do all these kind of things. We are not used, to this kind of mentality. Okay, it's not just I say, You can see, previously I think I found this article quite interesting. Americans largely won't pay to win a video game, but Chinese gamers will. Wow, this was a wake-up call for me. I say again, Americans largely don't play, they'll pay to win in a video game, but the Chinese gamers will. Why? Because they know you press this button, you win. Right? You press this button, you win. But why are we not doing so? Because all this is what we call all our education being built up. So it's not wrong to pay to win. Okay, so these are things that are happening. So you need to be prepared because the big opportunity today, ladies and gentlemen, is in paid advertising, period. Okay, we've been dabbling with this for many, many years. Okay, those who pay it wins the game. Those who doesn't, you will find your other ways, right? So this is a shortcut, right? People like shortcuts, right? This is a shortcut. In the past, how much was a feature agent or property guru? $150, right? Not 1 month. Today, probably $1,000 or even $2,000. So things are going to get more expensive. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the economy of pay to win is still there. The opportunity is very big. Okay, why do I say 0.4? Because 0.14 is your 5,000 friends, but the real market outside, 4 million people. okay, for you to explore. Okay, so this is just for you to explore. Okay, for those who say, hey, Alex, I have no idea what a Facebook ad is. This is just a screenshot. If you want, just screenshot it. What you need to do is just to click a few buttons called create, and then you will create an advertisement. But what happens after this is like a maze, M-A-Z-E, a maze. Once you reach there, it's like, wow, I see this only, I get roadblock already. Right? This was my roadblock. When I was first time I see it, I tell you this, I was stuck at this page for I don't know how long. I think donkey months I was stuck at this page. Because why? It's a maze, M-A-Z-E. I don't even know what to do. So what should I even press? What should I even click? Okay, today I'm going to give you a shortcut, period. Okay, you learn from it, good. If you don't, then I'm not sure what am I doing here. So I'm going to give you a shortcut. Who wants shortcut? Who wants to know what to do? Can I have a show of hands? Yeah, thank you. Give you the shortcut because I've tried many things. As a real estate salesperson, okay, there are only two things that is useful for me. Other stuff to me is for other businesses, so I cannot comment. I'm only a real estate guy, okay? Other business, e-commerce, I don't want to comment. But in terms of real estate, what is successful today is only these two things. Number one is called traffic advertisements. You see the one on top, right? The center. Okay, well, my mouse just nice, traffic. And the second, lead generation. The rest, try not to touch it unless you have more budget. Or if you are that kind that I love to explore. But I think today what you want is to make money. True or not? If you want to explore, everything also can click. Okay, but really, if you want good results, go for traffic and lead generation. That's all. Okay, all these messages, if you want some fun, some pepper and salt, up to you. But to me, it's only these two. So I'll just give you a summary of what these two are. What are traffic ads? Okay, traffic ads are advertisements that when customers click, it will link directly to your website or your landing page. So this is very clear cut. You click on the advertisement, it goes to your website or your landing page, whereby it provides the prospect more information and ultimately what is it used for and when to use it, right? Or when to use it. These are very important tips. When to use traffic ads. Usually for branding, for those who are doing, team building, you want to do your recruitment, up to you. Or you are doing a wealth creation, asset progression, you want to upsell what we call value, right? You want to add value, you want a customer to understand your services, showcase of services. These are the best to do traffic advertisements. Okay, you bring the customer to the landing page. Then what about lead generation? I believe a lot of agents probably also tried lead generation. So what is lead generation? Lead generations are just a quicker way to obtain their personal information. I'm going to show you how it looks like, okay? And it saves you time because today you should not have any excuse that you don't have a website or a landing page, because in lead generation, you do not even need a landing page. Facebook is there created for you already. And what kind of advertisements are good on that? Is best for what we call curiosity advertisements. What is it called? Curiosity. Yeah? So example, pre-launch. Oh, going to launch here. Next month, 3 months later. These are what we call pre-launches. And advertisements like, oh, we're going to have XX discounts here, limited time. These are very curiosity advertisements, are very good, using a lead generation ad. So you see, there are different ways and strategies to do it. But I think what most important today is I want to share with you the principles behind it so that you can explore on your own. Okay, so let's play some photo hunt. You all my era, you all know what's photo hunt right now. What are the differences between a lead generation ad and a traffic ad? This is what the consumer will see. Okay, they will see this. Okay, so you guys know there is what? Don't try and find because there's no difference. Okay, it looks exactly the same on the front end. So to the consumer, it is exactly the same. Okay, if they click on lead generation, I'm going to show you what's going to come up. If they click on traffic ads, it will go directly to your what we call website or your landing page. So lead generation looks like this. When the first time I saw this, I was completely blown away. Because why? When a customer clicks on a lead generation, they click the first button called next, second button called next, third button called submit. The information, their contact information will be sent to you already. That's how fast it is. They don't even have to key in their email, name, and phone number. This is so magical to me. I say again, the customer customer doesn't even need to what? Key in their email name and phone number. It will be automatically populated. All they need to do is to click next, next, submit. That's all. That's how fast you can get a client. So today, a lot of times, the challenge isn't just to get the lead. Of course, it'll be about part two, your conversion. But today, if you have problem getting leads, then I think we are in the wrong era right now. So today, leads supposed to be very easy. So this is things that I want to show you. Okay. So one of the tips about what we call lead generation advertisements. Okay, you may want to just pen it down. Okay, in terms of higher conversion tips, give them fewer choices. Okay, to avoid decision fatigue. What do I mean by that? I see a lot of lead generation ads that say, "Are you looking for a, I don't know, 2 room or a 3 room?" Guys, does it really matter whether they are looking for 2 room or 3 room? Then I also see ads that right, looking for own stay or for investment. Again, I would say, does it really even matter? So sometimes lesser decisions are better, because if you were to ask, what would they do? They will sit there and think, yeah, should I be looking for a own stay or investment? Then I think the whole objective is gone, right? Or should I buy a 1 or 2 bedroom? I don't even know the price. So these are what we call decisions. Today, in the fast-paced world, we don't want them to think so much. At the end of the day, give it to us, we'll share with you more, right? So this is how you can actually, what we call, give them fewer choices. Okay, who thinks this is good? Can have a show of hands. Okay, just some very, very small little tips that maybe can increase a little bit more business for you to work on. They say, Alex, wow, I understand, yes, I understand the pay to win. Okay, let's do it. We're going out to do what? To catch the fish, right? Now you have all your equipments done already. What's next? You need your bids. What do you mean by bids? Bids are usually your advertisements, right? Your what we call your image, your video. So you need all this to capture what we call what? Attention. Okay, we need to capture their attention, because every day they don't know what are they looking at. Every 1 second they'll scroll. So if you cannot capture their attention, you cannot capture business. So to me, attention is your new currency. Money today is attention. But this word attention, subconsciously, what does it drill into a lot of us? Our parents tell us what? From when you're young, say don't be so attention seeking, right? Not 好好做人, you must be under the radar. Okay, we don't want to be so what? Loud. All these are not good for business, ladies and gentlemen. These are because they are here to protect us. But when you are in business, this word attention is very important. If you don't get the customer's attention, you get no business. Okay, so there's no way you're going to play small in digital marketing. You need to get attention from the customers. If you're not used to it, get used to it, right? This is the new norm already. We really got to get used to it. Okay, so I like this image by David Ogilvy. He's actually one of the grandfathers of advertising. Okay, this is how people read online. Okay, today when we open a book, how do we read? We read from left to right. True, left to right. Huh? But of course, in ancient China, how do they read? They read from up to down, and then or right to left, right? So there's different versions of how people read information at different times. So online, how do people read? They will basically read the image first. Okay, it's either the image or your video. So that cover photo is very, very important. The image is of utmost importance really. Okay, so for those who have not been changing your image online, you say, Alex, mine 10 years already still the same. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to change it. Okay, because it only shows one thing. You are not innovating. So we want our agents and everyone to innovate, provide a good image and professional image for your client as well. Okay, so image is very important. So that's the number one hierarchy. Then of course your headline, your copywriting, so on and so forth. So the image itself, it's very important. So I'm going to give you some tips, okay, how you can make use of image for maybe your pre-launches and also a resale. Who is keen? Can I show hands? Okay, so I'm not alone. I'm very alone in this room. Quite boring. So we need to interact a bit. Okay, so what we call single photo ads. For those who have done it before, good. For those who have not, this is what we call a single photo ad. Just how many photos? One. It's called single image. Okay, single image are sufficient, to what we call run new launch advertisements, post-launch or pre-launch. Of course, behind this, for those who are a bit more sophisticated, you can post up to 6 images. Okay, Facebook will randomly put it out automatically. They will test whichever image suits. They will make use of that. So this one is all behind the scenes. Facebook will evaluate for you automatically. So you don't have to choose. You don't have to sit down on your computer and think, wow, what image should I use? Wow, this one or that one? No need. Okay, if you have 6, just put it up. Okay, they will automatically what we call A/B test. Whichever is better, they will actually run it. Okay, today there's also what we call dynamic ads. Okay, you can also put 6 images and maybe you can put 6 copywriting. They will, you all buy 马票 before 全打 right not? Which photo and which copywriting, which one is the best, you put it up, Facebook will automatically run it for you. So if you want, this is what we call 全打 right not? How to say 全打 in English? 24 permutation, I don't know. Okay, so I try my best. So it's like mix and match. So all these are all done automatically by Facebook itself. Okay, and it's very useful for especially launches. Okay, especially launches. Then there's another kind of ads, what we call carousel. Carousel meaning on Facebook carousel. You have those images that you saw, where you can scroll, like 10 images, right? 10 images, you will scroll. These kind of advertisements are very, very useful, especially for landed and your resale listings. Okay, really, landed and even your GTA. These advertisements are perfect because it will brand you as a specialist there. Okay, your focus is there. Landed properties are the best. Okay, because why? Every image can be linked to that direct particular property guru link or your own landing page. Okay, so you can scroll. So this is what we call carousel advertisements. Okay, it will link directly to your website. So these are some of the tips that I basically have. So just to recap a little bit on that, because single image, because people always have different schools of thought. I say, Alex, shouldn't I use my face? Today, a lot of people say my face is important. Then I'll ask you the next question. If you buy a BMW, do you want to see the salesman's face? If you say yes, continue. To me, I think otherwise. If I want to buy a BM, I want to buy the BM, right? So the branding phase is for a different objective. That's going to be a branding, that's going to be brand authority. But if you're doing projects, if you ask me my own personal point of view, no one cares. They only want about the product. Okay, so there's 2 things. One is the product, one is your branding. So I really separate these 2 into different categories of marketing. Okay, so single photo ads for new projects, carousel ads for landed and resales, and videos. Wow, today a lot of videos are coming up. Okay, but for videos, just to make it clear, is for you to get sellers. You want to get buyers from video, chances are very slim. Not that it doesn't have, but you must understand the objective of the videos, like what I mentioned in YouTube in the beginning, is for you to brand yourself so that you attract sellers. It's not for buyers, it's for sellers. Okay, so there are different ways, different strategies on how you make use of advertisements. Okay, and the other tip, keep your discounts in dollars rather than percentages. With some projects we have those 10,000 off, 50,000 off. Key in the dollars. If you key in 3% off, 1% off, I think sometimes the consumer doesn't really relate so much. Okay, and last, advertisements, try to avoid clutter. Then you say, Alex, what is clutter? What is overlay? So later I'm going to show you some negative examples. Okay, so anyway, if it's your advertisement, my apologies first because I have no idea who is doing these advertisements. I'm just pulling it off from the internet. Not to worry, I've already censored everything. Okay, but just to avoid. But if it's yours, I think it's good because we can always have case studies. So these are negative advertisements. What's the meaning of cluster? What's the meaning of not going to the point? Don't laugh. We are seeing all this. I know you're laughing behind the screen. We see all these kind of advertisements. You have a baby face, open eyes, big pig. Yes, it may catch your attention, but it lose something. It lose this word called what? Trust. Okay, if you want to be a professional, you have to do something more professional. Okay, don't put the baby's eye, open big. You want to put your baby's eye, not the stock image. Okay, And the one in the center, this is what we call a lot of overlays. Okay, a lot of words, you make it very cluttered, unprofessional. And the one on the extreme right, oh my God, I'm not sure what it is. It can be a bit creative, but to me, this is too much of creativity. Sometimes I think in business, we just need to stay normal. Unless you are really that creative. If not, these are some things that you may want to refrain from doing. So one extra tip for you, okay? CTA, call to action tip. Whatever is online stays online. I say again, whatever is online stays online. These people are online people. Okay, one of the things that I see a lot of advertisements are making mistakes that they're asking the customers to call them. They will say, "Oh, this is my resale listing. Call me at blah 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 blah." Basically, these people won't call you. If they call you, you're 1% out of 100%. Okay, you're one out of the 100. Usually, whatever is online stays online. You need to lead them to your property guru link, or maybe even your website or your landing pages. So when you are doing ads, you got to focus. You got to focus. So one more principle. This is one of the most important principles that I want to highlight to you, because all those things that we talk about, from platforms, to advertisements, what kind of which platforms to use, how to actually do advertisements. End of the day, okay, you have to be collecting all your fishes somewhere. True or not? You need to collect them somewhere, but a lot of agents, they're just doing advertisements, not collecting them. You need to focus on what. So when I come to this topic, actually I have a few short story lah. So this, I was actually giving a training, in Indonesia. You're talking about digital marketing. So I was sitting in the car, and then I drive past. So I just take a screenshot. Let me take a photo of how people are doing advertisements. So I particularly saw this, quite interesting, because I was supposed to give a talk in Indonesia. So I took Indonesia advertisement. I told them, you see, they're actually having a discount. Get a discount of 20%. Okay, they're going to give a 20% discount, and they ask them to call. Okay, so you want somebody to call you for a 20% discount. So by right, this shouldn't be the way, right? So a lot of times when we're doing marketing, you expect clients to call. I don't think that's the way. So what should be done instead? Okay, it should be done what? Whenever you have an advertisement, there must always be, today, QR code is even, my grandmother also know how to use QR code right now. There must be places whereby they can actually what? Scan or click to actually get this promotion. Okay, really, they must be what we call, whatever is online stays online. You need to focus them back to somewhere to collect listings. So today, most of the major agencies in Singapore, especially like ERA itself, we have what we call creating of landing pages. Today, okay, I think websites are getting cheaper. In the past, when I'm doing websites, I believe you guys are doing in the past, one website can cost you easily up to how much? $5,000. On the cheaper side, maybe it's $2,500. But today, if you are skilled at it, it can be zero. True or not? You have your Wix, you have your WordPress. It is zero. But today, especially in ERA, all our agents have free project websites. How long do you think it is needed to create a website? In the past, 5 days, right? If you're skilled at it, 1 to 2 days. But today, if you download the app, all you need to do is to click project web, click the project you want, you have the link ready. And all these are SEO white hat friendlies. For those who are doing SEO, Google, this is all done for you. 3 clicks of a button, not even 1 minute, your website or so-called landing page is already done for you. Okay, this is how technology has evolved. So there isn't any more, excuse that, hey, I need to create websites. You don't have to. It's all there, so easy for you, and it's free of charge. FOC. Okay, so when we talk about so many things, okay, I just want to go back to the frame itself again. We have our online marketing, like your Facebook, Insta. You also have offline, for those who like do roadshow, door knocks, mailers, SMS. No worries, you still continue to do it. You also have your circle of influence marketing, right? Your COI, your WhatsApp reconnection, wealth creation, asset progression, whatever you call it. Okay, these are ways that you're doing marketing. But the whole objective and focus of this is you have to bring them back to your landing page or even your website, even while you're doing your roadshow, even when you're doing your door knock, ask them to scan, ask them to key in their information. This is the most important thing. You need to have collect their what? Information. Don't be just like the banner just now, ask them to call. Sorry, they won't call you. And that will be a waste of your dollars. So you have to focus and bring them back to all your websites and landing page and ultimately, doing what we call your follow-ups. Then, when we talk about Indonesia, I was a bit guilty. And now, COVID cannot go anywhere. So who likes to go Bali? Can I have a show of hands? I want to share with you some Bali story. Okay? Who loves Bali? Wow, my dream place also. Okay. Bali, I think, let me just rewind a bit. 7 years ago, of course, I went to Bali with my wife. As an agent, I stepped into a shopping mall. Okay, at this shopping mall, I see a lot of Indonesian agents doing road shows. Okay, road shows, the shopping mall road show, and they're selling what we call Bali resorts. So it's, like what you can see, selling resort. They tell you, freehold, US, $2 million, Aussie, 300,000. So they are selling resorts in Indonesia, Bali, in a shopping center context. So if you're an agent, what will you do? We like to kepo a bit. So we just, hey, what is selling? I'm also an agent. I'm from Singapore. What will you do? You exchange what? Name cards, right? So I gave him my name card, and then he gave me his name card. And then, just in a short chat, and that's all. 7 years ago. And with that exchange of name card until today, I feel very guilty. Why? Do you know what he has done with my name card? Okay, this guy, I do not even know his name, okay, but for every week for the past 7 years, ladies and gentlemen, he has been emailing me all these updates. 7 years, every single week, without fail. This was just captured, this screenshot was last week email, so I just put it up, He has been working so hard. Whether is it hard or not, I don't know, right now. It can be automated, like you can say, it can be whatever you call it. But the thing is this, today, have I replied him? No, I have not. A lot of times you say, hey, the lead don't reply me, is it not genuine? I heard a lot about all this. But the thing is this, he just keep feeding. So today, if I want to buy Bali, who will I look for? I definitely look for him because why? He's the what? Hardest working person that I ever met. And today, after today, I don't even know his name, but I'm using him as an example. And I feel very guilty because I myself, I'm not doing it. What do I do with his name card? Hidden somewhere under don't know where, right? Maybe I disposed it already. But he diligently has sent me over the past 7 years, every single week, an update. Have I replied him? No. Maybe one day, or my friends want to buy Bali, who I recommend. Of course, this person, right? So this is how, the importance of actually nurturing. So this person actually inspired me, to continue, to do a lot of what we call email marketing. For some of you, maybe you received my emails. Okay, why do I do that? Because number one, it's cost effective. Number two, you open it at your time, right? You are free, you open the email. You're not free, you won't open. So it is a time-based, what we call permission marketing. They are free, they open. They're not free, they don't open. And then because of all this marketing that you do today, when you acquire a lead today, on the left, you will see probably it's between $2 to $30, right? One lead is going to cost you approximately this kind of costing. By actually following up with them, whether it's email or through contacts or nurturing them, you'll probably be able to close a deal that is worth 5 to 50,000. And then I think back again, wow, this Indonesia agent, how much is he really making if he close a resort, like that? Guys, it's not even $5,000. But for us in Singapore, we're doing so much. Why are we not reaching out? And then every day we are going out and finding new customers, whereby I think it should not be, right? We need to really look back, where are our previous clients, add them back into the database. Okay, so this is something that probably you might want to explore. Okay, so some of the tips about email, people always say, hey, I don't know what to send them. I basically just send them anything because they will read everything. Okay, today, email, because there's DNC, right? So you can't call all the customers. But today, a lot of people like to read their emails, right? What do they want to find inside? Discount coupon, right? You want to feel, this one discount, that one discount. to them, I don't know lah. To me, the email becomes like a discount place. I want to find discounts, so you can actually go into discounts, update them whether projects are sold, project videos to try and sell them things that maybe they will be interested in, without any objective, just keeping them in the loop. And of course, EDMs. What's the EDMs? Electronic direct mailers. Today, not just direct mailers. You have to practice electronic direct mailers. Direct mailers are all your stamps, envelopes. But what is electronic direct mailers? Okay, so in ERA, all of us actually already have it, but are we all making use of it? Okay, this is all created by the company, free of charge. Company spend resources, designer. All you need to do is to make use of it, to just reach out and what we call feed your fishes. Right now, we have to make use of it. Okay, we're not just having it and then, oh, I don't know what to send. No, okay, these are things that you can do, okay, to really nurture your leads. So I say, if you wish to be a top achiever, you must breed your own fish. So I say again, if you wish to be a top achiever in today's market, you need to breed your own fish. Okay, you can see a lot of people, why are they closing so much deals so fast? Why is there a new launch and then suddenly there's, wow, this person has 10 clients that buy? Why? It's because of all the hard work that they have done over the past many years, and they put it together. So whenever there's a new launch or new project, they do not even need to advertise. They just need to reach back to their previous fishes, right? So instead of going out to catch all the fishes, then don't go and catch one fish, eat one fish, and then no, we catch it, put it back into your pond. You have to breed them, feed them, and maybe one day, your leads will be like the Jing Long Yuan or the Arowana. Maybe one of them can give you good dollars. So we really need to breed them well, treat them well, treat them with respect. Always try and update them with cool information. Okay, so I really hope until here, who is learning something, have a show of hands. Just one thing lah, no need to learn everything. One thing. If you're learning one thing, thank you. Just have a show of hands, and do note if you have any questions, ask me. Okay, thank you. So I've come to the end, but I think I just still want to say again, okay. Basically, I think I've given you more than 5 principles. I think maybe 30 to 40 principles. Okay, because why? I really hope we'll be able to cross path. I think today here, many of you maybe will not be able to experience me ever again right now. I hope one of these things that you can actually take away can actually improve your business. So let me recap a little bit. So 5 principles. One, we talk about platforms. Usually we talk about Facebook and YouTube. Second, we really want you to explore what we call Facebook pages for you to create what? Advertisements. Okay, number 3, okay, go out, create campaigns, whether is it advertisements, lead advertisements, traffic advertisements. Okay, number 4, okay, you need to focus on the imagery. Okay, not just any stock image, but nice photo advertisements. You have to create baits to catch them. And number 5, which is most important, whatever you do, everything that you do, okay, you have to put them back into a place to nurture them. This is the ultimate importance. If not, everything that you are doing every day is all over the place. So my objective here is to share with you, to frame up, okay, put your customers into this bucket or pond and feed them and nurture them every single day. Okay, every day. Okay, can you imagine not feeding your pet? Right, cannot, right? So you need to feed them every single day. Okay, so these are some of the principles that I actually have. So up till now, I really appreciate all of you spending the time. I know it's quite long, but I really hope just one thing can fire it up, because today, just let you just the last tip. Facebook advertisements today are getting cheaper. It's getting what? Cheaper, because a lot of people are not making use of it. Because COVID, they will try to reduce costs, but today is the best time because advertisements are cheaper by at least 20 to 30%. Okay, so this is something that you may want to look into. Okay, for those who are enjoying it, okay, just a last thing, for those who really want to hear more about other stuff, like my response to COVID, because I'm a trainer myself, I'm a digital marketer, I'm also a leader of a team. So if you really want to learn more, please just scan it, can hear if it makes good use for you, please, I really, by all means, make full use of it. Okay, it's free knowledge for you to really learn. Okay, so last but not least, okay, just to give you a quote, okay, it is not about the big things that matter, Okay, I know digital marketing may not be easy for some. It's really not about making the big change. I want to change the world. No, it is about the small, consistent actions that breed mastery. Okay, it's all your small daily activities, daily consistent actions of learning that breeds mastery. Okay, it's not about the big things. It's always about the small little changes. Okay, so I think with that, I really want to end my session, my sharing. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really hope you guys learn something, and please help me, do me something. I need to increase a little bit my Instagram followers. For those who want to experience me, please just scan it. Follow me on Instagram. I'm sorry, my Facebook. It's a bit maximized already, but I think I do have YouTube as well. So please scan it. I hope you guys can follow me on Instagram. Help me increase my followership a little bit. Okay, I think with that, I really want to thank all of you for your time. I'm going to answer any Q&A if there's any. Okay, so really thank you once again. Thank you so much. Okay, come. Let me take some Q&A if there's any Q&A, because now I'm going into the Q&A if I can see anything. Okay, let me just see. Wow, there's a chat. I didn't realize there's a chat. So I really thank you once again. If you think you learned something, can you give me 1 to 5? If I'm not bad, just give me a 5. Thank you so much. Give me a 5. Okay, let me just see who else. How about fully automated funnels like ClickFunnels? Okay, so I think there's a question by Joe Chen. So we're talking about fully automated funnels like ClickFunnels. I think ClickFunnels to me is more like a landing page, right? It's a sales page itself. So before even the ClickFunnel happens, you have to advertise on the right platforms with the right copywriting, the right imagery before you reach into ClickFunnels. And yes, you can automate ClickFunnels, but I think that will be a little bit more sophisticated, because I think today what agents want is to reach out whenever they want it. I think automation to us is not really the key, because to us what we want is to reach out. Okay, I think more active work than passive work. I think that's what I believe in. Okay, so thank you so much. Also, another question is, what's EWOM? Okay, EWOM is what we call electronic word of mouth, because word of mouth is referral. That is offline, right? Word of mouth. EWOM means electronic word of mouth. So whenever you do your posting, always get them to share. Okay, whenever you do email, wow, this one for those who are staying here, still have 200 over of your good. I give you a tip. Email, okay, you must add in this EWOM. It's called forward to friend. Perfect. Okay, you have to add this thing called forward to friend, because I have a lot of leads that I send them emails, right? They probably don't reply me, they don't want to buy, but they always forward my emails to their friend. And then when the friend call me, I don't have their database. I said, may I know where you're from? Oh, my friend forward me your email. Also, wow, forward. So what we call EWM, electronic word of mouth. So please always add in the what we call the forward to friend icon. Okay, so let me see. You conduct classes? Yes, I do. But I think that's out of the point. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Wow, 5. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, what COI? COI means circle of influence. Your friends, your own network. So may I have your QR code for next training? I think I don't have next training. To me, it's always impromptu. Whenever we have the right time, we will actually do a training. Okay, so I think I don't want to keep all of you hanging on. I think you guys are absolutely busy. There's a request for one QR code for the previous one, so I'm gonna. Okay, if you want, this is my YouTube. I think I've spent 1.5 hours talking about salesmanship, about the market. If you are keen on it, please feel free to just scan it. Okay, so scan it. Okay, I think with that, I really thank all of you for your time. My name is Alex. Once again, I hope to be able to see you guys, and I think that's all for me. Thank you so much. Thank you.